used to. I'm sorry, I mean not to confuse you. I know I'm something.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Good Dad here. Welcome to the channel about the better baby mama, where we expose those who use the system to railroad willing and able fathers who are in the lives of their children. They love them and take care of them, and they still put them on child support for no money, for no reason other than money. With that being said, today we got a video from the good brother, Dr. Umar, speaking about the effects of this frivolous child support system that we have in place. So just sit back, relax, enjoy the fucking show. And oh yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, which is stupid ass. Let's go.
Without further ado, let's
Yeah,
get it
yeah, that's
popping.
a good point, man. But I want to ask you about Tyrese. Are you familiar with his child support situation?
Somewhat. Uh, I met my good brother Tyrese and had a chance to hang out with him in Atlanta before and had a good time with the brother. He's a real good brother.
I don't mean to stop it so soon, but man, I feel so bad for Tyrese, yo. That man be going through it with his baby mom. Who's Tyrese? Tyrese is the singer, guy from Transformers, the black guy. But that man, he be going through it. He be kicking out like twenty, $20,000 in child support a month, 20,000 a month, and she keep on going up there trying to get increases and shit. I feel sorry for that man. She just milking him. Brothers, be careful who you choose to impregnate. This is so important. Please be careful about who you impregnate because this will change the trajectory of your entire life.
Just cares about the race. I'm not intimately concerned with the situation. I did read though that when he was arrested, it was partly due to the fact that he had a shoot or a premiere or something to do with his latest movie. And by the way, brother, if you ain't seen Tyrese's latest movie, I think it's called 1992, is it?
Yeah, I heard it's real good, bro.
It's good, brother. I went to the movies to see it. Everybody go to the movies, support our brother Tyrese. Go and see 1992. The movie, the backdrop is the Rodney King riot. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Shout out to
Very good
1992.
father son themes, black father son themes, and very good racial themes
What a
as
time to
well.
be alive.
Go see 1992. If you can't see it at the theater, make sure you stream it on one of the platforms. But that is a must see movie. And I think Tyrese should be nominated for an Oscar, a BET award for his role in that movie, without question. But I believe he could not fulfill his obligation to court because of a pre existing obligation that centered around the release of that movie. And so he subsequently was arrested. You know, this child support thing, Art, and we talked about this last time, but this child support.
This man got arrested for child support. Oh, can you believe it? For what? He got arrested for child support. That's crazy. As much money as that man making, as much money as that man pay, they got the nerve to arrest him. The fuck? For not paying that shit?
Thing, it's out of
Man,
control, brother.
I don't know. Maybe.
You cannot let a woman destroy a man's life financially because the relationship is over. I mean, I think black men need to organize, and we, had this dialogue. Black men need to organize
Preach.
and force a change in legislation regarding child support. First of all,
Imagine that. Imagine if we banded together and we forced a change in child support. Change the laws about this shit and make it more fair, make it more logical instead of just an incentive for women who who don't have a successful relationship to get back at a man that they mad at.
if I can't see my child, you don't get my money. If I can't see my child, you don't get my money. That should be law. Because too many women are denying us the right to see our children and yet still benefiting from child support. That
Facts.
should be illegal, number one.
Not cool
Big
at
Number,
all,
facts.
man.
yes, and women should be forced to account for the child support too. Because I know a lot of fathers who pay
Facts.
child support and they still have to take care of their children after they pay child support because the mother of the child is using child support on herself and not necessarily the children. So yes, child support should go on a card.
This is the same shit I've been saying, but people think I'm crazy. The child support shit, they don't use the child support money for the child. Man, me personally, I pay child support and I still gotta buy clothes, still gotta buy shoes, still gotta buy school supplies, still gotta give much money, still do all of the stuff that I've been doing. Nothing changed because my kids still need shit and I'm still paying child support. What the fuck? What am I paying it for? I don't understand. So I feel Dr. Umar 100% of what he's saying. Everything he's saying makes perfect sense to me.
It should go on a card, Art, and you have to use that credit card for all purchases for the child. So that way, if the father wants to, Art, I should be able to log into my child support uh folder, my child support online.
And they're gonna fight this to the death. They they don't want there to be no accountability for what they spend in the child support on, like how you said it was on the card. It should be on the card, and it
Mm-hmm.
should be tracked. Every transaction should be tracked, and whether it's actually for the kid. Listen, they don't even want mandatory DNA tests when they had children. They think it's outrageous when you bring something like that up because it makes them accountable for their actions. Why wouldn't? What's the problem with mandatory DNA tests? So every man know that every child is his, that he gave birth with a woman. He has the right to know that that's his child. But they lose their mind when you say something like that. Just like this right now, they lose their mind. They gonna lose their mind if they hear something about tracking the transactions off of child support. They lose their mind.
Profile, and I should be able to see what you're buying with my money. What is wrong with a black father logging
Hundred
into
percent.
the child support database, going to my profile, and seeing that she bought my daughter some shoes, she paid for swimming lessons,
Absolutely.
class pictures, they went to the
Absolutely.
movies and dinner. I should see how my money is being spent. And
This
not
was
all black women are guilty
little ant
of
right here.
misappropriating the child support. I don't want to say that they're doing that, but I do know a sizable proportion of black women are guilty of misappropriating the child support. That's not fair. And it needs to be a
That
special
man,
law
all
for
of them.
celebrities, Art. There should be a ceiling on child support for celebrities. If your income bracket is at a certain level, and I can't predetermine what that is because I would need to think about that deeper, and I'm not a millionaire, okay? But there should be a predetermined income bracket that if you are at this income bracket or higher, you cannot be forced to pay more than this percentage of your earnings.
And that made perfect sense too. Like everybody pays a percentage of their income for child support, right? So imagine if I'm fucking Jay-Z and Beyonce get mad at me and put me on child support. So the the child support is gonna be what? Hypothetically, let's say 20% of his income. This nigga make this nigga make $200 million a year. 20% of that is $20 million a month.
Correction, it's 40 million. The math just wasn't mathing in my mind real quick, but 20% of 200 million is 40 million. Hypothetical. Hypothetical.
What kind of kid needs that kind of money to be supported? It's not even supporting the kid, it's supporting the woman and her lifestyle. That's what it is. And personally, you're not entitled to this lifestyle. After we not together, you're not entitled to this lifestyle now because we were together. No. This lifestyle came with me. I came with this lifestyle. You're not with me now. So you go live your own life. And I'm gonna keep living mine. You're not entitled to the same lifestyle. You're not with the same person no more. You didn't prove yourself worthy to be with the same person, so you don't deserve the same lifestyle. I don't get it.
The way in which these celebrity baby mamas, and don't get me wrong, I have no
Celebrity
mercy
baby
for black
mamas.
men who bunny hopped. If you bunny hop and got stuck with a child support situation, I have no mercy on you because you should have never dated outside of the community. I want to be very clear about that. But for the brothers who are dating within the community, these women should not be able to get $25,000 a month if you can't afford it, $50,000 a month if you can't afford it. What can you possibly do for a child that's only 5 years old, Art, with $25,000 a month? Nothing
Ridiculous.
at all I can think of. It's ridiculous. There needs
Ridiculous.
to be a ceiling on the child support. I and my beautiful African sisters, y'all know I love y'all. But there needs to be a ceiling on child support because it is being weaponized to destroy the economic security of black men, and I cannot support that.
Yeah, I know Tyrese. He claiming that his baby mom trying to raise his, child support from
That's
10K to
ridiculous.
40K for only one child. So
That's ridiculous,
She
man.
trying
They
to
are
get forty
literally
thousand dollars a
using
month
women
from this video.
to destroy black men
That shit is
financially.
ridiculous.
Literally, literally, Art. And these sex assault cases, Sean Combs, are
How could you be so ridiculous? How could you be so stone cold that you would want to take $40,000 from this man who was with you, who gave you a child and took care of you while you was with him? He took care of you. You know he took care of her. You know he took care of her. Like, now she trying to get it. She trying to get it increased to $40,000. How could you be so audacious, so egotistical, so selfish that you would petition to say, hey, I want $40,000. You know how much money that is? That's it's like $1 million a year.
That's how much?
It's more than that.
That's how much?
That's not more than that. But like $500,000, $500,000 a year, 480,000, $480,000. You think you deserve $500,000 a year because you gave birth to this man's child? Whew. Talk about and this is a woman that you love. This is somebody that said they loved you.
R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson. If you notice, every single sex assault case charge of a major black celebrity always happens right around the time they're doing something to threaten the established power structure. Michael Jackson wanted to buy Marvel Comics. He gets accused of molesting little boys. Bill Cosby wants to buy a major network and he won't let the oil company drill under his house. He gets accused of raping old white women. R. Kelly doesn't want to sell his masters. All of a sudden, they expose him for his misgivings. And I'm not defending pedophilia at all. If R. Kelly is guilty of pedophilia, he should be under the jail. I want to be clear. I'm simply pointing out there's always a correlation in the timing between these arrests and these people who are being accused of these types of indecent sexual acts doing something to undermine the white power structure. And of course, in Sean Puffy Combs' case, he forced Diego, an alcohol giant, to settle with him out of court for an undisclosed amount of money. And 2 months later, his houses are raided. We cannot assume that this is purely due to coincidence. They don't want any black male billionaires. I'm telling
All right, so seems like the rest of that video is not really pertaining to the subject at hand, which is the oppression of child support. But with that being said, that's probably going to be it for this video today. But just think about that, man. It's just something to think about. Like, this country, child support really needs some reform because it's honestly It's not in the best interest of the child, and it never was in the best interest of the child. It's actually in the best interest of the state. It's not even in the best interest of the woman who's petitioning for the child support. They don't give a damn about the woman. They don't give a shit about the woman. They're just using her as a vessel to siphon the cash from the man and cash out and get the state paid. That's what it's all about. It's more than a $2 billion industry. We already know that. I went over that in the child support fun facts in one of my other videos. Go check that one out. You know what I'm saying? It's called the child support fun facts. You can't miss it. But fellas, man, you gotta be careful where you laying your seed. I know it's good to get up in them guts and get them skins, but you gotta think. You gotta think with your big head before you think with your dick head. You know what I'm saying? Because it should have changed the rest of your life. Ain't no coming back. If she say no to birth control, then you shit out of luck, buddy. That's just the way the game is. If the woman don't want the kid, she can put the kid up for adoption. She can drop the kid off at the police station. She can drop the kid off at the hospital. She can put the kid up for adoption. She can abort the kid. But if you don't want the kid, you get put on child support. And you go to jail. So the game ain't the same for us and them. So watch how you move. Stay focused. Think with your big head and not your dick head. And with that being said, I'm gonna holler at you. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe so you can become a part of the family. So we can band together and expose all of these vixens and deviants and debaucheries out here that use these systems that are built to get the man out of the household and fuck up the nuclear household so that they can gain control over the women in the household. Because if there's no man in the household, then they cannot defend themselves from the powers that be, and that's what this shit is all about. And they don't know it; it's playing into the system. I'll see you in the next video.
Wake up, sleeping what the fools do.
You got 3 eyes, but you only use 2.
I'm sorry, I mean not to confuse you. I know